Emily Gross versus Thomas Gross.
Here, Your
Okay,
Here, Your Honor.
get everybody there. Let's see. Okay, both of you. I got Emily right there. Where is Thomas? Gross. You're kind of dark there. Can you turn on your video? Are you on there? Looks like
Yeah,
something's on.
yeah, my video's on, Your Honor. I don't know what's going on
It's
with my
just
video.
dark. Well, let's just leave that. I guess it won't matter. Can both of you raise your right hands?
Yes, Your
And
Honor.
yeah, Mr. Gross, have you got your hand raised?
My hand is raised, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you swear from the testimony you're about to give will be the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Both of you can put your hands down. Uh, Ms. Gross, this is your claim. It says for $2,975. It says see attached, and you've got a long explanation of what you want. Why don't you just, for my sake, sum up what this amount is for, the 2,975.
This is what he owed for back child support payment that was supposed to come out of his half of the tax money. I gave him his full half of our tax money, which was the $8,849. I then got a letter in the mail after giving him the money saying that 2,975 was supposed to be subtracted from his half for back child support payment. I brought it up to him. He then told me that I would receive it in child support payments. And then when I went to the front of the court to discuss this, they told me that I would have to take it to civil claims and that there was nothing that they could do for that portion of it to get that back.
Okay, so let me just kind of stop you there for just a second. So we had apparently there was an income tax return. Is that what it was first?
Yes,
It was for a joint income tax return? Is that what it was originally?
yes.
Okay, so we got a joint income tax return. And what was the amount of that return?
Um,
I thought you said 8,000 something, but
the the total that we received from taxes was just over $17,000. I don't remember the exact
okay.
number. So a split in half exactly was $8,849.
Okay, so somehow you got a check for 8,849 and he did as well.
I got a direct deposit from federal for $10,206. I then pulled out his half of the money the same day that it was deposited, the $8,849.
Okay.
I then gave that in the envelopes. The bank gave it to me in cash, and they had two envelopes. She helped me seal them, put them on my desk. 2 days later, when he dropped off our son, I gave him the full money. Another 2 or 3 days had went by. That's when I got the letter saying that $2,975 should have been um, subtracted from his full half of the tax money.
Okay, so yeah, I'm just trying to write figures then. So we had, boy, you told me 8,849 was your portion of the tax return, correct?
Was supposed to be both of ours because
Oh,
together
that's
that would have made yep, it was right directly down in half.
okay. And you had a direct deposit of 10,206, I thought I
Mhm.
heard. Wait, and what was that for then? That direct
That was
deposit?
for federal.
Oh, I see. Okay, so we got two different, okay, federal. Okay. So you gave, what you're telling me, whatever you gave him, you were supposed to keep 2,975 basically. That's what you're telling me.
Yes.
Okay. Let's
Yes.
let's just kind of stop there for just a minute. Mr. Gross, up to that point, she's saying that she gave you too much. There's 2,975 that you owed for child support, basically. Did
Um,
you did you acknowledge that, or how did that come about?
so she told me this was after she gave me the cash amount of whatever she gave me in the envelopes. for
Yeah.
the tax return.
Yeah.
And she sent me a picture of the letter saying that they withheld the money out of the taxes. I thought everything was cleared up with the amount withheld because she would be getting that back in child support if they withheld it from the tax money. And she gave me 2 envelopes with cash in it. And before she gave that to me, I asked for a check so I could track the amount of money. And I do have the screenshot. I believe she put the screenshot in there too as well, asking for a check. But she had told me, well, I already drew it out in cash, and I said, okay, I guess cash works as well.
Cash.
And after that, she made a claim in this paper here that she wrote out to the court that I said I prefer cash because cash is untraceable. Well, these claims are not true because I never said that, Your Honor. And I have the text messages, and she even put the text messages from that conversation in there.
That was a conversation we had in person. That was not a conversation that was held through text.
And that's hearsay, Your Honor, because she has put words into my mouth before. And this is why I do not like speaking about anything with her directly. I keep my drop-offs with my children strictly transactional because she has made other claims as well.
Okay, so Ms. Gross, where did you come up with the 2,975 then? Who told you that?
I got a letter in the mail from the state saying that it was withheld. It should be in the screenshots and one of the pictures that I sent to him with it. It should have been dated April 11th or 12th.
Okay, let's see if I can find that first.
Let's see if I
It's a
can-
screenshot from your phone. Is that what it is?
Yes, it would be from.
It's a screenshot of what? I've got significant number of text on my desk.
I'm trying to find the date. It was April 13th.
April 13th of what year? This year?
Of this year, sorry.
And what am I looking for on the screenshots then? What am I?
It should be, it says, the state of Michigan on it or something from the Department of Treasury on the top of it.
Yeah, I got. I don't know what I'm looking for. I've got the very first one says your federal refund amount. It's got federal refund amount, state refund amount, and then there's a whole bunch of texting.
And this is Sunday, April
Screenshots.
13th.
And I would look for April 13th, but I don't know where I'm looking for dates. None of these screenshots have
I should have.
dates on them. Where are the dates on them? I guess I don't see anything on it.
Oh, and hold on. I don't know if it would show you if I held it up to the screen. It's payment from Internal Revenue Service, payee name Gross Thomas and Emily A. Original payment $13,181. Genesee COFOC Child Support Unit, Suite 250 Flint. It looks like applied to this debt $2,975.
Okay, so that's what I'm looking for, and that's in a screenshot of some sort.
Yes, and it should say the date on top of it. Crap.
Why don't you try to hold it up for me? Maybe it'll give me an idea what I'm looking for.
Is it blurry?
Yeah, I was hoping it was going to do better than that, but it's not. Gosh, I just got a ton of screens. Let's see. And you sure I've got that somewhere in here?
Yes, I'm 100% sure.
Oh, bitch, it's this one. It's kind of dark. Yeah, I think I got it. Yeah, I can't even read it. It's yeah,
It's too
I'm
dark on
pretty
that
sure
one.
that yeah, it's in fact your caption says, "Hey, I got this in the mail." It says they withheld 29.75 for child support that should have come out of your half of the tax money. So could I get that back from the full half I gave you? That's the page you're looking at, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Let's see. 13th. Did you get a response from that message? If I look, oh, here it is.
No,
It's in the next page.
he never answered that.
Never answered that page.
No.
Mr. Gross, what you never responded to that question?
No, Your Honor, I don't believe I did.
Why not?
Like I said, I try to strictly keep everything, not discuss things with her because I have already tried that and it flips very easily with her. So
Okay.
I was discussing that with, legal first instead of just going right to her.
Okay. So are you acknowledging that that's owed, the 29.75?
Your Honor, I got the letter saying it was paid from the tax money.
Yeah, and what she's telling me though, you received your half and she inadvertently sent you the full half instead of taking it out of that money.
Yeah, I understand the claims, Your Honor.
So is that true or not true?
Well, she gave it to me in cash, and I guess I should have completely counted it out, but I do not believe there was a full $8,000 there.
Well, when you say you don't believe though, how do you know that then if you didn't count it?
I should have counted it.
Miss Gross, did you count that cash before you gave it to him?
I counted it at the counted it at the bank with the cashier. I can show you my statement if you would like. That shows that I pulled out the full $8,849. I did not touch that money until I gave it to him 2 days later. I pulled it out on the 7th. He dropped our son off on the 9th. He then opened it in front of me, took $55 out to give it to our son for chores that he had helped with, and then
Okay.
he left.
Okay. So what you in your no uncertain terms you pulled out 8,849. Is that yes? Just got to
Yes,
answer
sir.
this. Okay. That amount was the amount you gave him that total 88.49. Is
Yes,
that
sir.
right? And that was half of the income tax returns
Yes, that was
total.
his full half.
That was his full half. So if I add double that, it's going to be like seven. Yeah, it is. I think you're right. It's going to be exactly. Yeah, so 17,698. Is that the amount that was total?
Yes, I do believe I also sent a screenshot of how much our total taxes was as well.
Okay, okay. Is that in another page or someplace?
I
I
do believe
look.
so, Your Honor.
Okay. Well, in fact, you texted him on April 4th, it looks like too, and said, I think this is from you. It says, "Have you got any updates on the tax money?" And
No,
then
that was
somebody
from
was,
him.
I'm sorry, what?
That part was from him.
That's from him. And then you said, "I just checked my account today and federal taxes are pending for April 7th. Your half is 88.49, which is what you just told me." Okay, thank you, he says. No problem. Then you just go on about how are the boys and all that. But you've also got, let's see. Oh, here it is. Yeah, here's your figures for the. Got 13,181 for federal, 4517 for Michigan, it looks like, right?
Mhm.
Yep, comes out to the same amount. 8849, that figure's coming out right. So you testified too that what was the direct deposit of 10,206? What was that?
Because the total for taxes between federal and state was that 17,000.
Yeah,
Federal only paid me was supposed to pay me the
thir-
13,181, but they withheld that
oh,
2,975.
that's where that's coming from. Okay, I got you. Okay,
Yes.
so
So that was withheld from the federal taxes. So
okay,
when
so
that
hold
10,000 was deposited, I gave him his full half of the money.
okay, so let me just figure this out. So hold on. Now you're making sense to me. 181. Yeah, it comes out to the penny, 2975. And you're telling me that direct deposit was the 10,206.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. But you gave him 8849.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Gross, you got to help me. I know you're trying to work off of memory, but her figures are all adding up.
Yes, Your Honor. So if she knew that the total was supposed to be the $13,181, and she's seen that it was the 10,000, help me out with that number. What was it?
206. Yep.
Yep,
10,002.
206. That should have raised flags when she even pulled the money out, regardless, to give me the half of the tax money at that point.
Yep. She just,
It,
sure,
it
go
would
ahead.
have it would have raised a red flag for me, seeing that it was less than what I knew it was supposed to be.
Sure. And yet you didn't even count your money that you got.
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Anything else either one of you can tell me? I'll get off, look at my notes and make a decision.
I guess if you'll allow me to speak briefly as
Sure.
well.
Yep. Yeah, go ahead.
The just some of these attachments that I received with the claims, just when we went through mediation, the claims were each of our debt, we pay our own debt. I
Yep.
completely understand that. She wants this money because she's relying on this money to pay off her debt from Discover to try to rebuild her life after the divorce. I let her have the house in the divorce. She got her own debt. I got my own debt. I still currently didn't even have a job after the divorce. I did not have a house. I was living with my parents. I had to rebuild my life after the divorce. So my parents let me live there until I found a job. I found a job. I was paying off all of my debt from that job.
Okay.
And I had to start catching up on child support, which she has been receiving, and I have been paid up in full on my child support. I'm not a deadbeat. I am
Yeah.
fully active in my children's life.
Okay.
And she also stated that I continue to financially manipulate her. I don't understand what this is about, the financially manipulating her. This is where I come off with the claims that she makes. I have in no way tried to financially manipulate her because I try to pay my child support because I know that's supposed to be for the children. As well, she says she's trying to hold me accountable on my words. She has been fair financially, which can neither agree nor disagree that she has been fair financially. Also, I would like to briefly outline the contributions and responsibilities I have taken on regarding our children, just to
Well,
clarify.
yeah, no, I understand, Mr. Gross, but that's not really for me. That's like family court stuff. All I've got is what money on this particular transaction, how much was owed, who owes what, if anything, and that's it. all this other stuff is fine, and I appreciate what you're telling me, but that's all fine for family court, but it's not here. All this is strictly this amount that she's claiming, this 2,975. In fact, everything else that she's told me outside of that, I'm not listening to anyways. So it's just these figures. That's it. Okay? If that
Yes,
makes
Your
you feel any better, I know. Miss Gross, on your side though, I see filing fee of $70, and looks like you sent just a certified mail. Is that what it was?
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, how much was your certified mail?
It was like $11 and something.
You can't tell me exactly at all. 11 something.
I actually have it right here, Your Honor. Give me 2 seconds.
You got it? Okay.
I had the paper with me this morning in my car.
Okay.
It was $10.99, Your Honor.
Okay, that
There we
makes
go.
sense. $10.90. All right, guys. All right, let me take a brief recess off here. Let me look at my notes and I'll come back in for both of you, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, sure. Okay, we can go back on the record with Emily Gross versus Thomas Gross. Did get a chance to review my notes regarding testimony from both sides on this matter, as well as the documentation that was discussed. Do find that the figures do add up, as Emily Gross had stated, and from Mr. Gross's side, unfortunately, and I understand just taking money and figuring that was it, but didn't know the actual figure of the money he received, but her figure that she says he received all add up to a penny with regard to the amounts owed and the explanation for why she was shorted, not purposely, but why she was shorted. Find her testimony credible. Therefore, award damages to Emily Gross for $2,975 plus court costs $80.99 for a total $3,055.99. Judgment for plaintiff in that amount. Okay. Good luck to both of you.
Your Honor, I do have a question.
Sure.
Now, since this was regarding tax money and child support,
Yep.
can I technically appeal this and take this to family court so I can use even all of the
You
others?
can't. Well, you can't appeal this decision. If there's a difference in the amounts owed through family court, that's a different thing, But my decision's final on the amount. That's it. That's what I find that she's owed based on everything I see. You know what I'm saying? So if you have a dispute with the actual amounts that are coming out, something like that, that's a whole different issue for family court. Okay?
No, okay, no, Your Honor. I didn't have an issue with the amounts that were coming out. I just had an issue with she already knew it was withheld and she still gave me if her numbers were correct.
No, I
she
understand.
gave me
Yeah,
that
I
full
understand
amount, so
Sure. Yeah, with small claims, they're not appealable, and decisions are final with them. If there's some egregious thing, but again, anything else has got to come through family court with regard to that. Today's decision is final with that amount. Okay.
yes, Your Honor.
All right, guys. All right. Good luck to both of you. Stay civil though between both of you. All right.
Thank you.
Got a long
Yes,
time
sir.
between the two of you. All right. Good luck. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.